We're just doing this live. We don't have enough time to pre-tape. But you guys don't have to say anything in the intro. I'll just introduce you guys and I'll toss it down. What's up?
We can call out the names of the you want.
Wait, say that. Are you talking to me? So am I tossing? Am I just saying my quick little thing and tossing? Okay, start with the game. Oh, okay, perfect. All right. Okay. So we're not on camera. Is what you're saying? It's a cloudy day here in Fairfield, Connecticut at Campus Field, but no matter. We have two teams ready for this matchup. Gaelic Athletic Association, we have a team who came in all the way from Dingle, Ireland in the red versus the Fairfield St. Patrick's Club. I am joined by Tommy Morin and Mike O'Connor, two experts when it comes to Gaelic football. They will be my analysts today. And right now, as you see, we're on the field. The official has the ball. We're getting ready to tip off. Guys, what are you expecting from this matchup?
Well, first of all, it's great to be here, and what an experience having a team from Ireland. We formed, Mike and myself have been involved with St. Patrick's since the beginning, and to have a team from Ireland is incredible. We're not sure what to expect. We know they're a Kerry team, so they're not going to be bad. So we're hoping that our guys can give a good performance. So we're really looking forward to those. It's such a great.
Going to be a great game, Tommy.
Yeah.
I think I see the guys are all looking pretty fit and strong. I'm expecting a fast, tough game here. Expect nothing less from a Kerry team and their own boys.
There, Mike O'Reilly is just throwing it off. And Dingle around the attack. It's Mike Gainey, and he's overcarried, so it'll be a free out to St. Patrick's. Free out to St. Patrick's.
Mihal O'Hallisey with the sideline ball, I think. So Mihal is a former Kerry man himself, living locally. Good pass there. Now to Daniel Enright, centre back. Daniel was player of the year here in St. Pat's last year.
And that's the first score of the game for Dingle. And Dingle could be playing with a slight breeze in the first half. The breeze seems to be with Dingle in the first half. So,
and just for Niall and the folks not used to it, the over the bar is 1 point and under into the net is 3 points. So that's a 1 point score there for the Dingle team. St. Pat's now are coming on the attack, moving the ball around nicely.
Michael Hallisey with a shot, and it's gone into the goalie's hands. The goalie Gavin Kern for Dingle, kicking it out here to Michael Gainey. Michael toe to hand. You can solo the ball to yourself as often as you want, but you can't run 3 steps. You can't run any further than 3 steps with the ball. You either have to hop it or solo it, which is soloing is tapping it to yourself.
Chad almost put out the play there, so good anticipation there by the fullback line, St. Pat's. Dingle's still on the ball though. Moving it around nicely.
Thomas Keedy.
Looking for an opening, but the St. Pat's guys are shutting them down.
Brian Devaney with a shot, and I think that's another score. So both teams starting to settle down, Mike. Both teams starting to settle down the first few minutes.
Yeah, they're starting to find out who they're playing against and see where the openings are.
Great chance here for Dingle and a goal for Dingle. I think Connor Gainey with the goal for Dingle.
Dingle right now, we see them being the aggressors on the offensive end. What does Fairfield have to do to put a stop to it?
Well, you have to win our own ball there, so our own goal kick there, we lost it, and then that turned into a goal after a couple of passes. So we have to maintain the possession out of our half of the field. So
I think they could adapt a sweeper here. They could adapt another sweeper here just for the first 10 minutes because they're totally unfamiliar with this team. They're totally unfamiliar. So maybe
that's another third point there. So that's 1-3 to no score.
So that's a huge start.
All right, guys, we're going to pass it to our sideline reporter, Pat Billings, who has Liam O'Connor on standby.
Thank you, Nyala. I'm here with assistant coach of the Dingle team, Liam O'Connor. Liam, thank you so much for joining us today. So I know you should be over there coaching, but I got you stuck with me. So to start, what like an event like this, how did this come about with you guys coming here facing a team like Fairfield?
Some years back, Sacred Heart arrived in Dingle to set up a campus, an international campus, and a relationship has grown between the university and the local GA club, Gaelic Athletic Association club, and this is an attempt to deepen those links.
Yeah, so would you say like this is something to expand Gaelic football in general in America as well?
Perhaps, but Gaelic football is already in America,
yes.
In the cities, New York, Boston, Chicago, the traditional destinations of Irish immigrants.
Yes, so as you told me earlier, you just got here yesterday. So how has your experience been being here for just at least 24 hours as of right now?
We viewed the facilities here this morning, the sporting facilities and the sporting programs, and it has just been mind-blowing and a real eye-opener, and we believe Sacred Heart are going to bring some of their sports science element to the Dingle campus, and that will be a very, very beneficial tie-in for the Dingle club, helping with our own sports science development in the club.
Absolutely, I truly agree with you. And now for people that are watching that may not know the history of this sport, so if you could give me a breakdown for someone that doesn't know the history of Gaelic football, how would you explain that?
The Gaelic Athletic Association was founded in 1884 to promote Indigenous Irish games, Gaelic football and hurling. And soon after that, clubs began to be founded in the different parishes, towns, counties around Ireland. And in Dingle, I think it was about 1886 or 1887 when the first teams began to be formed. And a large element of it was to develop an Irish identity, and it was all part of a cultural revolution at the time, which eventually led to the Easter Rebellion and Ireland gaining its independence from Britain.
Wow, I mean, that's some very deep history for a sport like this that's been around for so long. So going into that about the rules of Gaelic football, so I have a list of rules here. So there's every 4 steps, the ball must be kicked or passed or bounced, or as you guys call it, soloed.
Yeah.
And then you cannot bounce the ball twice. So that means you would have to bounce the ball once, and then you would have to kick it if you would want to make more steps.
Bounce the ball once and solo, and then bounce it again. As long as you don't bounce the ball twice in succession.
Okay. And now with scoring too, there is just 1 point when it goes through the uprights, and then 3 when it goes through the goal.
Yeah,
and that is it.
Between the uprights and over the crossbar is a point, and between the uprights and under the crossbar into the net is a goal, which is worth 3 points.
Okay. So would you say a sport like this would be something that would be easy to pick up, as there's not too many rules? It doesn't.
Easy.
Okay.
Very easy.
And are penalties very minimal as well?
In some games they can be. In other games that are fiercely fought by local rivals, you can have a lot of play that results in a lot of penalties, as you call them. A penalty would be a free kick for a team against a goalkeeper, but free kicks we call them. If there's a foul, there's a free kick.
Okay. And as today, we see a little exception, as it's usually 15 on 15, but now it is 12 on 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so that's just because of the size of the field.
It is, yeah.
Okay, so there's usually some exceptions with exhibition games, so.
All the time.
Okay.
Yeah, like another exception today is that we're going to play 4 15-minute quarters
Okay.
rather than 2 30-minute halves.
So does that affect you guys in any way as you
No,
play?
it doesn't.
No. Same strategy all the time?
Absolutely.
So what should we expect from this game today?
Just maybe for people to see who haven't seen the game before, that they will see a completely different game that they've never seen before. Different skills, some skills. Oh dear, there's a goal against us. Some skills would be you might see in soccer. Some skills you might see in rugby, but all for that, Gaelic football is a unique game in its own.
Absolutely. I mean, I keep looking over my shoulder. I'm very interested, and I know you have to get back. So thank you so much, Liam. I truly appreciate the interview.
And thank you all so much. And
Absolutely. We thank you too.
We've had a great time.
Awesome. Nyla, back up to you.
Thanks so much, Pat. It was a pleasure listening to that interview and about some of the history of the game. While we were gone, we've seen that Dingle has found themselves with a pretty commanding lead.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, I think they're leading 2-4 to 1 goal. They're in pretty dominant at the minute, but it's early stages yet. And that was a great analysis by Liam there, giving a rundown on everything. So fair play to Liam.
A nice goal there from James Carolyn, who's from Fairfield himself, and started playing at U8s here in Fairfield. Played his whole career Gaelic football in Fairfield. Nice for him to get a chance to run against these Dingle boys.
Oh no, fantastic! Absolutely, that's what it's all about.
Have you seen any of the Fairfield players maybe try to go overseas and play, extend their career to play professionally at all?
Well, the GA is not a professional sport, but a lot of them, like a lot of our kids play with New York, and they go over and play in tournaments in Ireland.
Okay.
So you get on the New York team. The way it is, there's 32 counties in Ireland, and then you have London and New York. So Fairfield is based with New York. So if we can, younger kids, they get on the New York team, and then they go to play in Ireland against the other counties. That's how it
Here
works.
comes Ray Holy,
And we have
another
lots
goal.
of them. So,
Locked out.
and Seamus Carlin would have been one of them.
St. Pat's having some trouble breaking through the half back line, Tommy. The Dingle guys are shutting things down there.
Yeah, the Dingle guys they're very organised. Like the problem St. Patrick's have, they don't have their home ground, so when they practice, they have to go to different places every time. You know, they have to call Fairfield to get pitches and stuff like that. So it's very hard to get everybody together and train on a collective basis, where Dingle would have all their facilities and everybody knows where to go and all this, but not making any excuses this early on, but we're doing okay. Seamus Carlin's got the ball again now. He's goes to Providence, so he came down here for this game. He's going in there nicely, and a shot saved by the goalkeeper. And here come Dingle.
Ball out of the defence now. This is where St. Pat's are getting caught. Ball coming out
On the break, yeah.
line, finding us, is able to find the holes in our side of the field. The St. Patrick's guys now need to take a breath and focus on keeping the possession.
If they settle down, they're getting into the game a little bit more now. Here's Ray Holy in, if he can break through. It was a good shoulder there, it was a really good tackle. Connor Brady is fouled, and there'll be a free into St. Pat's. Dara Murphy is going to take this. Dara's a Mayo man. Or Michael Hallisey, a Kerry man, is going to go over and take it. This is a scoreable free. It's about 20 yards out on the right hand side. He's going to hit it with his left foot.
So most of these guys are
Yeah.
free to left or right. You have to be able to play left or right at a higher level, otherwise you won't make it.
It's a nice score there, so we're up to 1-1 now. I think it's like about 2-5 to 1-1, I would think. That's my guess on the score. It's
St.
hard
Pat's
to
need to
judge.
shut down the ball here now on the kick out.
Yeah.
Keep possession. Great fielding there
Yeah.
by the Dingle half-forwards.
That's Conor Gainey. I think his brother won an All-Ireland in 2014 with Kerry, and he has other relations on the Kerry panel at the minute, so there's no slouches on the Dingle team. We're well aware of that. So here they come again. We didn't get their team sheet till very late, so we're unfamiliar with them.
Here comes the ball out of the half-back line. That's the danger play.
Here's the full-back, Donald Sweeney.
And now he'll let the ball in.
Oh, and that's a free in.
Free in. So you can't go with the two arms around, but you can go in and steal the ball.
Does it look like to you guys that Dingle has more of a spring to their step than St. Patrick's so far?
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think so. I think Dingle have been, just waiting for the throw in. Where St. Patrick's, I know they have a couple of lads have travelled down for Province for this game and stuff like that. So yeah, they're a little more tuned in, no doubt about it. But hopefully.
They have the possession, so they're commanding the game. So then they can dictate the terms. St. Pat's need to keep our.
Here's Tommy Conway, who's one of our star players. Daniel Enright, another one of our star players. Dara Murphy. Dara's got it. He's dispossessed by that man Gainey again. Here's Donald Sweeney. Yeah, they've a good target man in there, full forward, that's causing a lot of problems. The ball hit the
ball off the bar, hit the crossbar, and a key one there for St. Patrick's.
It's Conor Duffy to Mike Hallisey.
St. Patrick's coming down the field now.
Yeah,
Tommy, if they can keep the possession here in the half-forward line, this Dingle half-back line is causing trouble for St. Patrick's.
Well, Dingle have a nice setup, like about on their own 40-yard line. They set up there, and if they can dispossess St. Patrick's, they go on the break really fast. There they go again. They've done it again.
This is where we're
so it's
down for St.
it's the end of the first quarter. So it was Dingle totally dominated the first quarter. In fairness, St. Patrick's had their patches. Nice goal by Seamus Carlin and a point by Micheál Hallisey, but.
I thought that St. Patrick's were very slow to get going.
Yeah. I think they
put in a few points very early on, but I think the St. Patrick's guys got going after 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Finished the half better than they started.
Without a doubt, yeah, they were getting better as the game went on. But having said that, Dingle would be well used to big games, where St. Patrick's would be, they're a young team, and playing big games is only new to them. So looking forward to the second period at this stage.
And you were saying that St. Patrick's is a pretty young squad. They're versing a pretty experienced Dingle team. What can St. Patrick's just learn throughout this matchup to kind of grow and excel?
So I think one of the differences here with the two teams is this Dingle team will be playing highly competitive games every weekend all summer long, and you can see that in the experience and the spring they have in their step. Our St. Pat's guys, they play their games, but they wouldn't have the same intensity as a club game in Kerry, I think.
Yeah. And some of these Dingle lads will be playing senior football in Kerry also, which is like a huge step up. I mean, any type of football in Kerry is big, but playing senior football in Kerry is absolutely huge. But to me, what had been happening there when St. Patrick's were going forward on the 40-yard line, Dingle dropping back and then dispossessing them. They have a line across there and then breaking, and that's really been a problem. And then they have a target man in full forward. I think we need to put somebody in front of that target man, and maybe that'll cut out some of the stuff. But
Tommy, what do you think about playing a longer ball in from midfield?
We could try that.
So when Seamus Carolyn broke through their half-back line there, he managed to get the ball in the net. So
without doubt. Once they were one-on-one, they're capable of beating their men. But getting past the 40-yard line, if we can get the ball over there, that's a good point, Mike. Maybe have somebody in there full forward to win the ball and then lay it off and see what happens. But there's no doubt about it, this is a formidable Dingle team. You know, they're no slouches.
And the Dingle men are out on the field ready to go again.
Yeah. So, but it's a great occasion for St. Patrick. I mean, it's a great learning experience. You know, and for us, Mike, it's like being at home on a Friday night when we grew up in Ireland, out watching a Gaelic football game.
Gaelic football from your house.
You can watch.
You have to fly to Dublin or somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's top notch. You know, it's. You know, you watch soccer on TV, you watch the NFL, you watch basketball, but watching GA here live in Sacred Heart, and what a beautiful place this is. You know.
You can see the team manager and coach Tom Quinn is giving the boys the talk to get them going. I think that's maybe all they need.
Yeah, and Tom, yeah, absolutely, and Tom, a top class footballer in the state too, from Westmeath, top class football with Westmeath down New York. So he knows the game inside out, backwards, sideways, and whatever way, you know. But we'll see what happens. See what happens. But it's fantastic for St. Pat. It's a huge stepping stone. It's a great experience for them. It's a great experience for them as they start the season down in New York. You know, they're beaten in the semi-final last year, very unlucky beaten in the semi-final last year. If a couple of things went their way, they could have sneaked it. So they'd be looking to go a little bit further this year. I know I talked to Tom earlier, and he's in it to win it this year, you know. So
if any of the St. Pats are not sure what they're to be doing, Tom will set them straight. They all know what they're supposed to be doing now.
I see he's introduced Jimmy Conway there, who's Jimmy is very dangerous in around the goals. He's one of these guys that just pops up when you don't expect him. And
I would push Jimmy all the way in and play a few high balls over that back line and try something new. So it's good to see. Like, we have a nice panel there and everyone getting a game and a great. And Jimmy was a player of the year 3 or 4 years ago.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So every year with
Jimmy
votes on one of the players to be player of the year. So it's a good honour, it's a great honour as a player. The rest of the players.
Starting the second half here with Mike Gainey and Thomas Conway in the middle of the field. Usually there's two in the middle of the field. There's only one tonight because it's 12 aside, because the field is a little small. The Gaelic football is like 160 yards by 80 yards. And there is a score. Daniel Enright, is that right?
Shot in the second quarter. It looked a little left to me, Tommy, a little left and right to me.
Well, here we go anyway. So kick out in the modern game. The kick out is so important now. Winning possession on the kick out. So St. Patrick's have broken up that Dingle attack, and here they come with Michael Hallisey and his brother-in-law John. Absolutely. There's Michael Hallisey again. Michael with a shot, and that one is gone over the bar. Great score. Great score. Yeah. So
play from St. Patrick's off the kick out from Dingle. They reversed the possession, which is what we need to do.
Absolutely. I think Tom Quinn and Jimmy Feeney's speech at the end of the first quarter is they've been listening. So
gave them some energy coming out in the second half.
Nyala, what do you think after a quarter of Gaelic football?
I think that it's fun to watch. It looks simple while watching, but definitely while you're on the court, on the pitch, it's fast paced. So you have to be head up, aware, see where the gaps are. Very reminiscent of soccer, in my opinion.
Without the rolling around on the ground.
Yeah. And by the way, over the years, I've seen a great save. Great save by Brendan O'Reilly.
Coming away with the ball after foiling the attack on the Dingle GA.
Dara Murphy's playing out the field more. Here comes Daniel Enright looking for Dara Murphy. Dara should be able to take a no, he passed it back.
Great ball through.
Dispossessed.
Switched over.
But speaking of soccer, I spent a lot of time here with Joe McGuigan when he was a coach at Sacred Heart. So I was at a lot of his games. He's a good friend of mine. Anyway, here come Dingle again.
Dingle go for the point this time. It looks good to me. That's another point for Dingle.
Another point for Dingle.
Who does he have? Grace Flannery. Okay. And right now we have another interview with our sideline reporter, Pat Billings. He's got Grace Flannery in the chair.
People who may not know what you do.
Yeah, so my name is Dr. Grace Flannery. I am the program co-director with Shu and Dingle, and I oversee the running of all the programs that we hold in Dingle, whether they're semester-long programs, 2-week programs, whether they're sports programs, or whether we have external universities that come and visit us.
Okay, so for someone that doesn't know too much about your program, what would make your program unique from any other program?
Well, with a lot of study abroad programs, you're studying in another university where you're placed in that university, you're given your accommodation and you're given your timetable, and then you're left to your own devices. But with SHU and Dingle, we really want to make sure that you have the full Irish experience and that you're really immersed in Irish culture. So with that, we give you your accommodation, we give you your academic side to it, but we also give you lots of activities and cultural experiences while you're in Dingle. So for the semester students, they do an activity every single week that they're over there. So whether they're doing horseback riding, kayaking, Irish dancing, Irish language lessons, learning how to play Irish football, we make sure that they're really immersed in Irish culture and that they get the opportunity to integrate into the community. So we're a very small community, only 2,000 people in the whole town, and we get about 60 to 80 students coming over for a semester, and they get to be part of that community, get to know the people, get to experience all that the town has to offer and make friends and consider it their home for the time that they're there.
I mean, it sounds like there's a lot to do over there, and it sounds like a lot of fun, and I got to get myself over there. But what are you most excited for today with all this going on and the weekend of you being here?
Gaelic sport, or Gaelic football, hurling, is a really big part of Irish culture, and it's a really big part of the community here, or well, in Dingle. Our students get to play it. Some of our students have even played on the teams. We've had girls come over and play on the Gaelic football girls team. And I just wanted to bring it here to show the people of Sacred Heart the talent of the local community, and also with the hope that they will want to come to Ireland to get to see a bit more of it and to see what Dingle has to offer. Also, the football pitch is being built right next to our new campus. We have a new campus which is hopefully opening in fall 2024. It's going to be a state-of-the-art campus. And the Gaelic football pitch is right next door to it, so we're going to have a lot of interaction with them, especially through things like exercise science programs, PT programs, things like that. So it's exciting to show people the sports that we have and the level of skill that we have in the town.
I mean, that sounds great. I mean, I could tell you from firsthand that I'm definitely interested in watching this sport. I can't keep my eyes off it, but I truly appreciate you coming out and doing this interview with me, and I appreciate everything you've done around here.
I appreciate you recording it and doing this for us as well. It's great promotion for the town and for the SHU and Dingle programs.
Absolutely, thank you. Nyla, back up to you.
Thanks, Pat. And I agree with you. I got to get myself over to Dingle as well. Back to the matchup, and we've seen St. Patrick's come out here with some fervor. They've been able to break through the Dingle defensive end and get themselves some scores.
Absolutely. Whatever talk that Tom Quinn and Jimmy Feeney gave them at the break there, they've really been listening, and it's pretty even. The second quarter has been pretty even, where Dingle dominated the first quarter. But this is the problem that St. Patrick's have, is the high ball in, one-on-one, and Dingle have been winning it. So. But apart from that, it's not a bad little showing from St. Patrick's in the second quarter.
But I agree, the St. Pat's team have settled down a bit. They're doing better than they were in the first quarter.
Absolutely, yeah. Brendan Riley with the kick out, trying to find a man. Possession from the kick out is huge now. It's huge.
Cavan, the football, the strong tradition of football in Cavan.
Here's Daniel in, right?
Daniel again,
right.
Nice 1-2 there.
This is where they have problems now. If they break the line, if they can break this line.
Seamus
Carbon
and Jimmy Conway.
Oh, here's a ball now.
Ball dropping in the square.
Now Jimmy.
Let's see what happens here.
Oh, it's
Gotta get a fist on it, guys. Dingle now back in possession for the passes.
Yeah, Michael Hallisey there.
Anticipated there by the St. Pat's
Uh,
pass back.
Thomas Conway, that's off the ground. That should be, no, he's got away with it. And here's this ball again that's causing all kinds of problems. 1-on-1 in here. And this guy is dangerous.
He's got the moves. Dingle
Oh,
corner forward.
oh, he's giving a free in. I'm not quite sure. Maybe a foot block, but I'm not quite sure if it was. Number 20 is Matthew Flaherty.
That's a dangerous spot there. He's got to be able to score this pretty easily.
Oh, yeah, that should be it.
St. Pat's line the goal just in case when he takes his point.
Right, yeah.
And I know this is an exhibition game, different than a full match, but the timing, it's usually 2 35-minute running halves, correct?
Yes,
Yeah, that's
the-
correct.
the-
Yeah.
the senior
That's
level is 35-minute halves, and then the younger level is 30.
30-minute halves,
Yeah.
okay. So this would be a 30-minute half
This-
game?
Yeah, this
Uh,
level is probably a
30-minute
30-minute half,
half,
I
yeah.
would say, yes.
yeah. But even though it's an exhibition game, we take this very seriously.
The Irish people don't like to lose. No one out there, that wants to
That's a
come
great
home
score.
with a loser. No
That's a
one.
great score
Yeah,
from
deep.
Daniel Inright.
Put the boot through it.
Great score there for St. Pat's. And they really settled down, Tommy. Maybe some of the subs and some of the
Yeah.
strategy from Tom and Jimmy at half.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Seamus Carbon coming away with the ball. Another local player started at U8s with St. Pat's and learned all his Gaelic football here in town.
Yeah. No, it's great to see these Irish Americans. Here's Conor Duffy, one of the great underage players. His mother is from Mayo and his father's from Galway. So when Mayo and Galway were playing, there's always a dangerous ball. But
Televisions on one on each floor. That's Tommy, yeah.
Brendan Riley, Cavan man doing nicely there.
Stretching his legs,
A
bringing
great
the
ball
out.
there. Great ball.
And a great ball to Daniel Enright. Down the wing now, and he'll be looking for a pass. There's a good.
Yeah, looking
Dingle
for.
saw that coming. I think.
Yeah. There's the.
Pinpoint pass there. That's real football, right?
Well done. Well done.
And I think
Excellent play there by St. Patrick's.
that looks like Jack Feeney.
I was trying to figure. Yeah,
That's a Jack
absolutely.
Feeney.
That's just one of the best
Son of
plays.
Jimmy Feeney.
That's one of the best plays St. Pat's have done today. That really cut out a certain goal. But they're still starting to have problems at that 40-yard line again because, as you said, Michael, they're not sending the ball in. They're not sending ball in over the top, and when they're trying to carry it, they're struggling around that 40-yard line. Dingle have set up there, and that's the way Irish teams work. That's the way.
Crowding that half back line there they have. And it's very hard for us to break through.
Now here's Miall Hallisey. Now here's the
Ball to
Dane.
Mihal. Let it on
Oh,
again.
there's.
Let it on again, Seamus.
Well, he's got it. He's still going.
Well done, Seamus.
And Dara Murphy should be a side.
That'll be
He's given a free in. Yeah, I thought Seamus Carbon was fouled originally.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that
It
was
was
a physical play.
a physical play on the back. It's all right on the shoulder. You can shoulder a person as hard as you want, but hitting them in the back is that's a whole different ball game. It's not like the NFL, you know what I mean?
It doesn't pay like the NFL either, does it?
Nobody's profession plays like the NFL, let me tell you that.
Great score by Miall Hallisey. Another.
So now Dingle is up by 5.
All right, yeah. We can't see the scoreboard from here, but we didn't realise it was here. But that's great. And here's Jack Feeney again. He's starting to. Jack Feeney has put a stop to the nonsense that was going on there at full back line,
Cutting that out.
and full forward line. It's just great.
In the middle now.
So now St. Patrick's, if they can get a score or two before there's a ball. Dara Murphy.
Into the corner.
Come on, Dara. Oh,
And
nice
another
ball.
Pass to Seamus. And he lets it out to Jimmy.
Brian Ford with a
Brian
score.
Ford, it's
There we
Brian
go.
Ford.
And there's a guy that started from day one with St. Patrick's. What a great moment for him. What a great score by Brian Ford.
And I'd say the momentum is in St. Patrick's favor
You're
right
correct
now.
there. You are correct.
It's, definitely.
Yeah, the last few
corner
minutes.
than the last. And now it's important that St. Pat's contain this
Here's
ball coming through.
Daniel Sweeney and
Another long
Mike-
ball in now from
Mike-
I expect from these
Mike-
guys, and hopefully Jack Feeney will
There's a ball now. Yeah, well, see. See now, yeah, absolutely. They've changed. The whole thing is moving around a little bit.
No, we were good to go.
Lovely. Here comes St. Patrick's again. Daniel in right. Jimmy Conroy. Daniel in right. Daniel is going to take this guy. Thomas Conroy.
Conroy still has the ball. A good pass back.
Here's Dara. Must be a score. Oh, nice. That's a great score.
This is a great score,
yeah.
St. Pat's, guys.
Nice little dummy solo there. So St. Pat's are creeping back into this nice and quietly. The first half was all Dingle. The second appears to be all St. Patrick's. So whatever Tom Quinn and Jimmy Feeney are talking about, it'll be very interesting at half time. Here come Dingle again though. And this is a dangerous ball now. And again, Jack Feeney. Jack Feeney has kept your man very quiet. Very quiet. Here they are again though.
They're very good at finding their man.
They're changes around the corner. Well done, Conor Duffy. Well done, Conor Duffy. Followed his man there. That was a dangerous moment. Here's Jack Feeney. John Hallisey.
St. Pat's cut that attack out, and now they're back.
Yeah, they go again. They're coming at speed here. If they can swing that ball. Oh, I think he sent that wide. He had a couple options.
Wide left, it looked like.
Yeah, he had a couple options there. If he lifted the head, he had one or two on his left side, but that's okay.
When you're playing a team like this quality, you need to be taking your scores, Tommy.
Oh, without a doubt. Here's Tom Conroy. Oh, he just missed that. And here's a dangerous ball now. A little bit of danger.
And this full forward is making shapes towards the goal, and it goes.
Yeah, that is. I mean, that ball could have been won in the middle of the field, but as it turned out, it makes mistakes like that, and you get punished.
It looks like to me that when the Dingle team is attacking, St. Patrick's only has one or two people on that back line, versus when the St. Patrick's team is attacking, Dingle has 3 or 4 people on the defensive end ready to go.
Yeah, that is good analysis there. St. Patrick's got beaten at full forward or full back in the first period, and then they changed to full back, and they were doing okay. They're playing man to man, where
man to man,
where Dingle are playing zone.
Okay.
You can see Dingle are moving their men back here to crowd out this half-back line.
Yeah, well, this 40-yard line, as soon as they lose the ball, they all go back to about the 40-yard line, and then...
Oh, that's a great sidestep by Dara. Back to Dara. St. Pat still have the ball.
That's a score by Dara.
And that's a good score.
Yeah, that's
a good effort there.
Not sure, yeah.
That's a point.
Yeah, it's a point, yeah. The referee is counting it, yes. Yeah, but what's happening, and this is... Dingle would be playing an awful lot more football than St. Patrick's, and when they lose the ball, everyone shoots back to around the 40-yard line, and they set up defence there. And if they can take the ball off St. Patrick's, they go forward then at pace, and that was a huge problem in the first period. In the second period, St. Pat's adapted a bit to it, but then at the end it started to appear again. So
the St. Pat's players individually are as good or just as good as the Dingle guys, speed and height and strength.
Yeah.
But you can see the difference in team formation and the strategy from playing competitive games. You can see the more game experience on the Dingle side there.
Yeah, no, that's a great analysis, Mike. That's exactly what's happening. It's just playing more top-class games on a regular basis. Like they'd be playing in winter and everything, So for St. Patrick's, we just started probably in 1st of April, right?
But sure, there's palm trees in Kerry, so that all winter long it doesn't get too cold.
Well, I'm from Achill Island, so I'm on the same coast as Dingle, just 3 or 4 hours north. So.
Yes.
Did you guys play Gaelic football growing up as well?
Oh yeah. We love Gaelic. Gaelic football is it's like a religion to us. It's like a religion to us. Like we're huge sports player. Michael is a hurler. Michael's from he's from Wexford, which is a big hurling county. He's more into the hurling, and he does so much with the hurling in St. Patrick's. His son is going with New York to Ireland in June. They're sending a team over to play in tournaments.
Okay.
And Lars is he's the only St. Patrick's guy on that under 15 team. So we're all delighted.
Congratulations.
Yeah. But he's done so much work at hurling and football. So it's a great honour for us to be here, you know what I mean? We don't know what we're doing up here, but we're having fun anyway, right?
Just a big conversation, that's all it is, just a big conversation.
Tommy and myself used to play together on this men's team and many years ago. And Tommy is a sharp shooter. We might need him today. I don't know if you brought your gear, Tommy. We might need you in front of the goal later on in the fourth quarter.
But I think it was 2011, was it? We had our first ever cool camp here. St. Patrick's had our first ever cool camp here. We have it the last week in June. We had it right here. We had 110 kids. They have cool camps. It's for kids like from 6 to 14 or 15 every year. All over, every county has them. New York have them, and we had them. We had the biggest one in New York, which is classified as New York, in 2011, right here. Right here, it was.
And cool is the Irish word for goal.
Okay.
And so it's a Gaelic football and GAA games camp for the week, and we do it every summer. We have another one the last week of June coming up.
They're in Notre Dame,
across the road here in Notre Dame. Yes,
yeah.
Everybody is welcome. Bring your kids along. Try this sport out. You'll never give it up.
Started the second half now, so we'll see what'll happen.
And a hard hit there, but the St. Pat's guys come back with the ball, and that's around the neck. You can't go around the neck, so that's why there's the free kick. St. Pat's free kick. Daniel Enright out to Seamus, is it? No, that's not Seamus.
That's Ray Holian, and this is Seamus Carlin. Seamus still has it. Seamus better get rid of it a little quicker. Touch the ball on the ground there.
Now the Dingle have an opening here on the wing. Seamus has got the speed and he's after catching up, and now he has to make sure this man doesn't go around him. Dingle's still in possession, and you see they can go back out to find a better line towards the goal and open out the space a bit.
Kind of a reset.
Yeah. Keep the possession and look for your chance so you don't waste the ball. Now that's a great save by Brendan.
Yes.
Well done, Brendan.
Well done, Brendan. That's right.
That might have been saving the game so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
Save
that was
game.
Creeping into the top right-hand corner, and Chad Wade did very well on the rebound to force that Gainey kid to kick the ball wide. So that was a nice little
and a dangerous kick out there. We're trying to be too fancy.
So this time
back to Brendan now. Brendan is having a great game.
He's doing fine.
And Brendan's son plays with our under 8 team.
Dylan Carroll just kicked that one away. This is dangerous.
Oh, there's no one marking him.
Yeah.
And another free man coming through.
Oh,
he takes his point.
They took Jack Feeney off there, and he was having a. They took Jack Feeney off there, and he was having a. He had a stormer of a second period there, let me tell you. So
he was winning the battle there with the full forward, Tommy.
Yeah, and they've lost a few balls already since. Here it should be Michael Hallisey's. No.
What are the substitution rules? Is it 5 per match?
6. 6 per match. Yeah, 6 per match.
But often in a friendly game like this, you can relax those rules and play your different players. Yeah. We don't want these Dingle guys to be tired from jet lag, although they don't look too tired out there, to be honest.
Well, maybe
we were counting on a bit of jet lag, Tommy. I think
we should have sent them to Hawaii for a day. So here they come again. Chad Wade, well done.
Chad Wade read that very well.
Yeah, he's very good at that.
And a great pass now. So now St. Pat's coming away in control.
Daniel Enright, back to me, all Hallisey. Seamus Carlin there's a little bit of movement's not great. If they look around here on this side,
St.
Here's
Pat's have numbers up.
McAllister. Oh,
What a
goal! What a goal! Is that a
Was
goal?
that considered a goal?
I don't know.
Looked like
No,
a
I
crossbar
don't
to
know.
me, Tommy.
Yeah, didn't go. What a
like the
cracker!
crossbar.
Yeah, that was a great effort. Here's Seamus Carlin again. What a great
And he
score!
took the point.
Yeah, very
You
nice.
got to come away with a score
Yeah.
after that. So
Yeah, that was a bit of excitement there.
they had their chance and they had extra men up. So St. Pat's are starting to find a stride a bit.
Yeah.
But they have a uphill battle here. There's a big delta. And the man is
kick
open
out.
here on the wing. We got to tighten up on those
Yeah.
kickouts.
Yeah,
Booming
that's good.
kick.
We have to tighten up on them kickouts.
Oh boy.
And St. Pat's got lucky there.
Yeah. Maybe we should kick it to him more often. He sent that ball pretty well.
I
That's
think
very,
he's
that's
blaming
very
that one on the
unusual,
win.
right,
He's
yes.
definitely blaming that one on the win.
That's Mickey
There's-
Ball. Mickey
There's
Ball.
no wind in Dingle, you know,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the coast. The west coast of Ireland has no wind at all.
Well, St. Pat's have opened it up now. Daniel Enright, Ray Holian, and Miola Hallisey have, and Isaias Mons, our Mexican, is in the game. It's great to see that. He's played with us for the last 5 or 6 years. He works with an Irish guy in town, and he loves the Gaelic football, and he's very good at it. So it's great to see him get some time. It's a dangerous ball now. Here we go, Chad.
And Chad has read the ball very well.
Thomas Conroy.
2 good reads in a row from Chad, but now we lose the possession,
Oh, it's a point.
and
Yeah.
that's a point.
Yeah. Well, Chad was very unlucky there. He just was just a fraction out, and Tom Conway was just about a foot too far away. So, but these are the breaks, you know. So
Chad was timing his run very well in the last 2 plays there to step in front of his man right as the ball came.
yeah, you can play. You see, you can backs. You can play a man from behind, or you can play him from front. See, if you play him from front and you miss, you're done.
Exactly.
You know. So, but some of them like to do that, but you have to have speed to do that. Okay.
And St. Pat's were lucky enough with that kick out.
It's
And a good ball on the wing now.
Oh.
And well read there by the fullback from Dingle. And Dingle have some space here now.
Mickey Boland there.
Good ball down the wing. And then he's running for it. So Nialla, you always have to be running off the ball, giving options to the man with the ball. So you can, if you notice, once they pass, they move.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you will need 2 or 3 guys moving, so you have 2 or 3 options. That's just what.
And you can't stand up with it you can stand up with for about 2 seconds. Otherwise, you're going to be penalised for holding on to the ball too long.
Oh, okay.
And that one's a bit far, and we lose possession. And now Dingle have some numbers here, and there's an extra man on the left wing here, but also a man open in the middle. And that looks like a push. Looks like a push.
He's
but
given a free anyway. The referee has called a push, so it doesn't matter. It's a push. But it could have been a bit of a charge too, Michael.
could be. Could be.
But anyway, it's a point for Dingle, an easy point from referee.
And you have a man coming through there 20 yards out. You can't let him by you.
Not at all. Oh, not at all.
Or else it's a goal. It's a sure goal.
But St. Patrick's now are struggling to get the ball out their own defence. So
These kickouts, the kickouts have been a bit of a struggle in the last few minutes, and a good field there by Thomas Conway, and a great hand pass. You got Seamus Carolyn on to
Isaias.
Isaias
Almost
takes the shot on the goal.
Could have been the first Mexican to score a goal in
a transatlantic Gaelic
yeah,
football game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could be.
That could make headlines in Mexico tomorrow if that had happened.
Oh,
that ball
don't count him out. We still got match left. Don't count him out.
It's starting to get interesting now. It's starting to get interesting. This number 9 is causing a lot of problems at the minute.
He's getting a lot of space,
yeah,
Tommy.
Mickey Boland, yeah. Dangerous ball. And there's the score.
And that's a good score there, yeah.
No, I think that was.
No, that went over.
It looked like it went over,
definitely over, yeah.
So we're playing the white posts, Nialla.
Oh, the white
White
post.
post. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Hate to say it, I wish you were right. But but it's really a fun time. It's great to be here now. It's great.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Learning new things, exploring the sport.
So Dingle have been doing a lot of movement off the ball and creating options, but I'm wondering if they will start to tire a bit after the week they've had and jet lag and everything else.
Yeah.
It could be.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how the last 10-15 minutes of games go over the year. So, but again, it's all down to like, it's a late tackle, no? But it's all down to playing more. Here's how I say it.
Keeper out the box.
Keeper's outside. And a
Yeah,
great score.
Is that a goal?
Point. Went
Wow.
over, but there was an open net there.
Yeah,
it looked like.
he went for it. That was how I say it.
Yeah, it was a little too high, but
Yeah, it's all right. That's a Mexican scored, and that's very good. It's great. We're promoting the game just as we speak. But again, it's all down to like Dingle playing more games on a regular basis. St. Patrick's are doing very well. If St. Patrick's could play about 5 or 6 of these games, they would come on a ton, you know. So it's a great experience for them, and I'm sure Tom Quinn and Jimmy Feeney will be very happy with what's happening out here at the minute.
I think the St. Pat's boys gave too much respect in the first quarter and were slow to get going. And
Yeah.
I think they've been doing much better second and third quarter.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, there's nothing in it. There's nothing in it in the steps.
Great.
Oh,
Unlucky
I thought
Brendan.
I thought he
got his
took.
hand to
I
it.
thought he took about five or six steps there. But
So you can take 4 steps and only, and then you have to kick it or pass it or
kick.
Solo
it. Yeah, and it looked like he took a little more than the 4 there.
Yeah.
But the referee, well, he didn't see it that way.
Someone said he had relations in Dingle anyway.
on the higher level, can coaches challenge? Like, would they be able to challenge that?
No. Gaelic footballers do what you're told.
Gotcha.
Okay.
There's no 2 ways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They can challenge, all right. I'm sure there'll be a few words.
And
Keeper.
maybe
Well done,
very
Brendan.
well anticipated there by Brendan.
He's
very well.
He's played very well. Brendan
and now he's going for a bit of a run himself.
Lovely. There you go. That's
Brendan is out to the middle of the field. Our goalie's out to the middle of the field, and he keeps going. Tommy, what's happening?
Here's a Mexican again.
And back to Brendan, the goalie. And he goes for the score, and it's a point.
He's got it.
Yeah, what a score, yeah. And that is appearing very much in the last few years now, where goalkeepers coming out the field, and there's a few teams, especially Armagh, have a goalkeeper that just spends most of his time out
He
the
looks
field.
a bit tired there by the 20-yard line. I hope he makes it all the way back.
Yeah. But he's made a statement there. He's just telling the fellas out the field, and here we go. It's a sideline ball.
I mean, that
So
could be a bit dangerous, though, if
oh,
you
without
get
a doubt.
dispossessed.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. It's without a doubt.
But also, I would say it could be advantageous because it's an extra man on the offensive end.
Yeah, that's exactly it, and it worked out very well for St. Patrick's that time. So
That can be a great motivator if it goes right.
Yeah,
you know.
Dingle panicked a little because they kicked the ball straight out over the sideline, so they wonder what's going on there.
Seamus,
Seamus
a nice
Garland,
shot there from Seamus.
straight over the bar.
Another nice
straight.
point.
Yeah.
Good.
And a nice run now from St. Pat's the last
yeah.
couple of minutes. We have to tighten up now on this goal kick and win the possession
Well, that's
back.
it, yeah,
you
which
know?
is very important. It's very important when a kick out, everybody finds a man, so you force the ball to go long, so anybody, you have a great chance of winning it. If you don't mark up, you sharp kick out and they have possession, and
Dingle go for the long ball.
They've been caught
and
a
this
few
number
times on
5
that.
finds his space. And we get caught now.
Come
He's
on,
wide
Cha.
open again.
Well done.
And Thomas, is that
Chad
Wade?
Wade and
Daniel Enright.
Daniel Enright.
Daniel now needs to find now another black shirt, move the ball around.
Mihal.
And the back to Daniel again. And Daniel's going to take a shot.
Oh,
And over the
another
bar.
score,
Another
that's
good score.
That's 3 great points. That is 3 great points in about 3 minutes.
And
Not even.
Dingle keeper yelling at his teammates, showing a little bit of frustration.
Yeah, we like to see that. We like to see that. But yeah, no, but that's the sign of a good keeper too. If things aren't going too well, you know, get your guys in order. It's very important. The goalkeeping now. Back in the day, like if you were struggling to field a team, you'd put anybody in goal. But now, the goalkeeper in Gaelic football is probably the most important position on the field. It's incredible.
You can see it all.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
The whole game's in front of you.
Dublin had a keeper, Cluxton, and he changed the whole thing. He's credited with changing the whole thing. So it's very.
And I heard he's back training with
40,
Dublin again.
Yeah, at 41, he's back training. Yeah.
Wow.
He won 8 All-Irelands. Was it 8?
I
am asking a Mayo man. I shouldn't have brought up the war there. Mayo and Dublin, for anyone who knows, had many battles for All-Irelands. Two great teams. And I don't need to say who came out on top in those days. But
And guys, we are going to highlight number 10 on the Dingle squad. His name is Declan Devane. He's in charge of the Shu program on the Dingle campus, and we just want to highlight him for all the work he's done for our Sacred Heart community, our Sacred Heart students, and now for this Gaelic football game over here on stateside. So thank you, Declan Devane.
Very good. Very good.
he looks like he's playing wing forward or over there.
I think that's the end of the third quarter, and that was a very another good quarter for St. Patrick's, without a doubt.
St. Patrick's momentum is building, Tommy.
Yeah,
you know, slow to start, but it's building.
Oh yeah, the complete turnaround from the first quarter. The second and even the third was better. 3 magnificent points there. And we even had a Mexican scoring, which is great.
We had our Mexican
buddy.
Gaelic footballer. We had our goalie scoring.
That's right.
I think, Tom Quinn might come on and take one before the day is over.
A variety of offensive attackers.
Yeah.
Would you say that the St. Patrick's program, do they get some people who are not of Irish descent, like trying to grow the game a bit?
Yeah, so we're always welcoming anyone who likes to play, and at every age from under 8s all the way to the adult team, as you can see here. We have a couple of folks that come by and play, friends of friends, and love the game and stay with us all the way up. And it's one of the exciting parts of the game, because that's one good way to grow the team.
Yeah.
You know.
And along with that, at underage, we've had a lot of players go on to play, get scholarships, ice hockey scholars, a lot of top class athletes, and they always say they're better at other sports because they play Gaelic football. Because the thing of Gaelic football, you're using your hands, your legs, your mind, you're using everything. It's like soccer, you're just using your legs to a point. You know, other sports.
And some of us use our imagination out there, Tommy.
No, but that's true. I can see how this could apply to rugby, could apply to soccer, apply to hurling even. Just a lot of multiple disciplines in this sport that can go on to other sports, really.
Last year, my daughter Newell started playing basketball for the first time, and after the first day, the coach came up to me and asked where has she been playing all this time, and how she learned how to be aggressive, and that was from playing Gaelic football since she was 5.
Love to hear that. I'm a retired basketball athlete.
Oh yes. There's a lot of crossover. When I first moved to the United States, I played some pickup basketball with friends, but I would go in shouldering and slapping the ball and things, which got me in trouble a few times. But there's a crossover there with the fielding and the possession and the man-on-man possession and things like that.
Yeah. And it's this is a pretty
extremely fast-paced. Yeah.
And but hurling, here we go, Daniel. That should be an easy score.
There's a great score. And St. Pat's come out of the starting blocks, firing on all cylinders.
I'm not sure if that scoreboard is correct, to be honest, the way what I've been looking at.
Look, the team is doing our best out there.
But there's a Sacred Heart man playing half forward on the other team, Tommy. Not
that's
saying
number 10,
anything, but
I know, but this is a really this is outstanding for St. Patrick's. You know, they have a lot more to gain from it than Dingle, and you know it's great. It's
It's great
wonderful
to see a
Dingle.
competitive game here now.
Yeah.
You know, Dingle have that edge, but St. Pat's have really come on.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. It is. It's fantastic.
And I believe within Dingle State, they're going to head up to New York City
That's right,
and
yeah.
play in the Bronx and play
Yeah.
that squad. So I'd be interested to see if the coach kind of does some substitutions to keep the legs fresh. Don't want to fatigue too much.
Yeah, so are they
Maybe-
playing in Gaelic Park? I'm sure
Yeah,
that's the
Maybe-
main ground around
yeah.
here. Our St. Pat's guys go down there and play every week in the Junior B League.
Maybe we should have sent them down there first.
Have you guys been to Gaelic Park? I went to school at Manhattan College.
Oh
so
yeah,
Ah,
oh,
yes.
yeah. Should we
right in
do
my
that?
backyard.
I'm in
I
Gaelic
must have
Park three
trips
times
a
a week.
week.
Oh, wow.
I must have played in it 100 times over the years. Yeah, that is that's wide.
That's a wide ball.
It's a wide ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a great little stadium. It's a great little stadium, and a team from Ireland comes out every year. Like New York is classified in Connacht. You have Mayo, Galway, Sligo, Leitrim, Roscommon, London, and New York are classified as Connacht. So every year a different team comes out. So every 5 years, Mayo. I'm from Mayo. Every 5 years, Mayo come
Mayo
out.
comes out.
So this year, Leitrim came out, and for the first time ever, New York. This has been going on for 23 years, and the first time ever,
New York beat them?
New York beat.
Wow.
beat them,
Yeah. So, and a lot of Irish American kids. So the whole thing is growing. It's growing, and not only that, we have the president of the GAA is from New York also. They have a 3-year stint, and last year, this is the third year, but it was a major shocker. There's another
So
score.
for the first time in history, 2 years ago, the GAA, which is the governing body of the games here, elected New York GAA guy as president, and he moved back to Ireland for 3 years to take the presidency. Yeah, he's
Oh,
part of the
it's
New York GAA here.
Oh, he's a professor, I think, somewhere in Long Island or something, but a Cork lad. But very good. Did a fantastic job.
You can see a bit of experience there from the Dingle guys. One guy went
Yeah.
up and one guy stays
caught it
down.
down.
Yeah.
So you don't need to make a clean catch. Then you just break it.
Yeah. and I would imagine that these Dingle guys have been playing together for
Years.
years. Yeah.
So
Since
that's
they grew up together.
That's an
forever.
important thing, Tommy. As as you and I grew up playing with our clubs, you'd know the players after many years growing up. And our St. Pat's guys, we have a core of folks that have been playing together, but then we have different guys joining and
Yeah.
going to college and things like that. So
That's
that cohesion of playing together for years is
Makes a difference.
very helpful.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now
yeah.
Thomas,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
there's a
he
nice
bought it
goal
dummy,
there
yeah.
by Dingle. He gave the sidestep and sent the defender the wrong way.
Yeah, but the thing is, after college, it's very hard to keep these kids together.
Together to
you
play,
know, because
yeah.
some of them can go to California, they can go to Chicago, they can go to wherever, and then and then after a few years, they kind of, there's not a lot of other sports really if you're not a professional, from what I see in America, to play. You know what I mean? Like maybe a few pickup sports or whatever, but it'd be very difficult for them.
So that's one
find
thing on the GAA and the Gaelic football. You know, when you're at your peak in your 20s, you play top level, but you can then play second division, third division as you get
Okay,
older
I
and
see.
keep playing until you're 45 years of age.
Yeah, we don't really
you
have
know.
that as an element of American sports. It's usually professional, maybe one
Yeah.
or two leagues, but
Yeah.
definitely not being able to play and enjoy the sport until your 40s and 50s.
Yeah. I mean, it's very frustrating when you're 40 to be playing because
That's a great score.
you're not making the same plays as your mind is making, but it's something. It's a nice piece of the game and community and things like that. It's healthy.
Staying active,
know.
yeah.
Oh no, but it's such great fun to watch now, especially especially a night like tonight. I mean, this is like being at home this is like growing up in Ireland, going to a game on a Friday.
You see a run now in front of the ball, and first to the ball is the man who's going to win. And you can see that Dingle coming through here, making space. They have the runners.
Well, Dingle looking like they're the fitter team at the minute, so.
They must have been in bed early last night, Tommy. I thought St. Pat's guys were going to bring him out and try to get him a bit tired, but doesn't look that way.
Yeah.
Right now we have a good amount of people in the stands watching, adorning some umbrellas, but thank you all for coming out to Campus Field and enjoying this Gaelic football game. We have a team from Dingle who traveled over here versing the local St. Patrick club from Fairfield, and it's been a spectacle and it's been a very fun time watching and learning about this game. Thank you for joining us.
And the umbrella is a central part of Gaelic games.
Oh, really?
Because without an umbrella, you wouldn't be able to watch the games back in Ireland. The rain is always always omnipresent.
You might even need an umbrella while you are playing.
Yeah, I would assume that ball gets pretty slippery, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a much heavier ball than the soccer ball.
Okay.
You know, it's the soccer ball is like a balloon compared to this. You know, it's a solid ball. It's a solid ball.
Tommy Moran is famous for his umbrella hat. When he referees the games in the summertime, he has the hat with the umbrella like this.
Gotta keep protected from the sun.
The whole East Coast is famous for it.
It's great as under the lights now. It's starting
That's a good kick out there. He's getting a lot of length out of them kicks.
Yeah,
Dara
here's
on the
Murphy.
ball.
Here's
Mihal.
Hallisey now. And we have fellas on the left. That's a good score.
Goes for the
That's a good
score,
score,
left foot. Left-footed score. It's a left or right with no bother to Mihal there.
Yeah.
Strong player.
I would say we're probably ahead on points. They're definitely ahead on goals. They probably have about 4. I think we might have 1. So as you know, goals are like worth 3. So that's 9 points of a difference. We're probably ahead by 2 or 3 points on the points sector. So there's probably 5 or 6 points in it, which isn't bad.
Wide open there on the half
I
back
think
line.
St. Patrick's starting to get tired. He's using a lot of the subs that. Well,
And
here's
the
a chance.
Dingle
Here's
guy
the blind 4 now and a chance to break.
Dingle getting
And
their
here's
own
Dara.
way and now
Put
coming
it
away.
in.
St. Pat's on the great. It's a bit long.
That was- might work out.
There we
Jimmy
go.
Conway,
And a great
that's the
score,
man.
Jimmy Conway.
That's the man I talked about earlier. He'll find himself right in front of goal. I don't know how he does it. It's something you can't teach, but there's something about that guy. I've been watching him for 10 years, and he pops up out of nowhere.
He's a dangerous full forward.
Now, he did get a bit of luck there, but, that's...
Good bounce.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper out of position. but we'll take it. We'll take all of it.
Absolutely.
And
We're
now
having trouble
again,
here,
we're open.
right down in this corner.
Dingle are finding space on the kickouts, and St. Pat's really have to shut that down.
Fair play to Brendan. Didn't let it go wide, so he doesn't have to find a man then. It's much easier to find a man when you win the ball, rather than if you let it go wide, he'd have to find a man from the kick out, which St. Pat's are making a comeback here. Here's Nigel Thielen. Nigel, he's done all right. Jimmy
Great
Conway
ball.
again. Here's
Daniel coming through, taking the shot.
And that's wide.
A wide ball.
Yeah, wide ball, yeah. But
now St. Pat's have to mark up on this kick out here.
Yeah,
the
they've been caught on both sides.
The goalie's playing a quick ball.
Yeah, see, they're all right. This one goes
a
so
bit aimless.
straight.
A bit aimless there.
He had number 10. He had number 10 free.
I think it was a missed kick.
Yeah,
that was a bit aimless, straight to the St. Pat's players. St. Pat's have a few here in the middle now.
They need to go forward here. Yeah, here we go. They're making.
You
a bit
can
of a
see
comeback.
the Dingle have pulled everyone except for 2 players into the half, crowding that zone as you were talking about earlier, Tommy.
Watch out, man on! You got to talk to each other there. I think Jimmy Conway put a little bit of fear into them. There's Connor Duffy.
You got to move the ball around. The ball is round; it goes faster, right?
Yeah, definitely.
He's won it back nicely, though.
Very good.
And then he might have lost it. It's St. Patrick's ball.
And a good pass off the sideline.
Sidestep, nice.
And Mihal,
that's a
nice
great
score
score.
from Mihal.
That's
That
a
is
great
a
score.
great long
Great
score
score.
there.
So that's
35, 40
that's
yard
about 1-2
score.
we've scored there so there wouldn't be a lot in it overall now.
Point in it, it looks
Point
like,
in it,
Tommy.
yeah.
Point here.
Yeah, very good.
A 1 point game, looking at the first 10 minutes,
We'll have to get the
we
crowd
wouldn't
into
be
it.
expecting that, but the
Not
St.
at all.
Pat's guys stuck to their guns and they've come out to play.
They've got caught on the 50-yard line each time for kickouts, and that's all because of practice. They've been practicing. That's a move that Dingle have been practicing for a long time, and it's working tonight. Because this it's just we haven't done any homework on them, So.
Well,
But
the St. Pat's are getting behind the ball here now,
Yeah.
and they find an open man on the half forward. Now we got to watch out here. And it's Dara Murphy coming in. We got to stay tight.
That's
That looks like a wide ball.
definitely.
A wide
I
ball.
don't know. Is it?
A wide ball, yeah.
Okay.
And
Starting to get interesting.
some referees now would be picky about that kick out,
It
Tommy.
has to go past the 21-yard line. That might have been a little dodgy. But here we go. They have Nigel Thielen free. He's
And that's a
got
good
it.
pass.
Go, Nigel. Go on.
And Nigel now is one of our veterans, has been playing Gaelic football for
Yeah, that's a good score.
many years.
It's a good score.
One of the veterans on the
I think
the
we're
men's
even.
team.
I think they're even, is it?
And they
No, 28-24.
4 points in it. I
4
think there's
points in it.
some changes
Yeah.
on the scoreboard there, but 4 points in it. But that's nothing in Gaelic games, Tommy.
Not at all. It's only
That's 1 goal and 1 point.
Yeah.
That's right. 2 kicks of a ball. 2 kicks of a ball.
So St. Patrick's need to concentrate here now. Just do the basics. Pick
The
up
right
the loose
man has
men.
it now. The right man has it. When
And
you
keep
take
the
him on,
possession.
you might take him on. Oh, Brian Ford. Ryan.
And a solid
Looks good.
score
Oh,
there
it's a
from
great
Brian
score,
Ford.
Ford,
One
yeah.
of the young guys. I think Brian is about 17 or 18, Tommy.
Yeah, maybe. He's probably 19 at this stage.
Yeah.
19 at this stage. Yeah, he just became a
Firefighter?
what do you call them?
EMT?
Yeah, EMT. I think. Yeah. Or
St. Pat's on the attack, but Dingle.
sorry, a
Dingle,
volunteer,
win the ball over.
volunteer firefighter. What am I saying here? But a great kid. What a kid. And it's
Dingle
great for
coming
him.
through the middle now. And the man is in front. That's,
dangerous. All right.
and now they find an extra overlap, and there's the score.
Yeah, good score.
Is that a
yeah.
score?
Yeah,
It
I think
looks,
it
looks
was
pretty good from here, but
Yeah, it was over.
curling to the right.
It was over the bar before. Yeah, it was 10 yards over before it. Yeah. That's Conor Geaney. He's a good player, that lad. He's a good player. I think he is an All Ireland in 2014, and we won't get into that All Ireland. Let me tell you.
A good kick out, finding the St. Pat's open on the wing. This is the important plays we have to make.
Here's
Dara
Dara
Murphy
Murphy
now on
now.
the ball. Mihal running through.
Okay, Brian
Leave it
Ford.
over to Brian.
Brian's going
Brian's
to kick it
going to
over
go
the bar,
again, and
yeah.
he takes the point.
Touch it again,
2
yeah.
points in a row there from the youngster from Easton.
He's on fire.
he can quench his own
The
fire.
fireman is on fire.
Exactly.
Oh, I think it's all over. Yeah, it's all over. Yeah.
No, the only a couple of points in it at
Yeah.
the end of the quarter. And is that the whole game? It looks like it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll tell you, only for
St.
the
Pat's
first
were
quarter.
coming.
Well, the last 3 quarters, the first quarter, they got caught in the first quarter. They weren't. The Dingle came out and took control. But after that, slowly but surely, they actually won the last 3 quarters.
Well, Tommy, I was going to say if you take the first quarter out of this game, I think it would be a St. Pat's win.
Yeah, without a doubt, and a comfortable win.
Yeah.
Comfortable win. But what an experience for them! What an experience for them, playing against a team from Kerry, a team that have grown up together, I presume, and knew what they were doing. St. Patrick's haven't started their season here yet, and having all these guys getting out there playing against a top class opposition and doing exceptionally well. So
Yeah.
great facilities and
we're lucky here now to have the game here up at Sacred Heart tonight.
Absolutely.
What a beautiful facility and a nice crowd watching the game and a good game. We couldn't ask for more.
Can we come back next Friday for another game? Can we?
That's above my pay grade. I can't make that call. When does the St. Patrick's season start?
I would say in a couple of weeks. I forget when our first game is. I think in
I don't know, a couple of weeks. I think mid-May, and then it goes over the summer.
Yeah, I think with New York beating Leitrim and having to go to Ireland, it set things back a little bit. You know, so
all of these teams play in a league down in Gaelic Park and in the New York area. So there's teams in the Bronx and Queens and Manhattan, Long Island, Staten Island, New Jersey, Connecticut, and they play in a league down there, or championship, over the summer. And as Tommy was saying, they picked then a select team out of all those clubs. They picked 15 guys to represent the whole area, and they play in the Irish Championship. So there's 32 counties in Ireland, and you get selected. They have clubs in each county, and then if they pick a select team out of those clubs to represent their county, 32 counties. And then London also have a select team, and New York. So 34 teams go in at the start of the season, and one team comes out.
Oh, that's gotta
and
be.
that's so we've had Thomas Conway was on the New York team a couple of years ago.
That's right, yeah.
And we have a couple of contenders always.
But the thing about it is, it takes a lot of commitment, and you know, you're up here in Fairfield, and you have to go down there and train on a regular basis, and you have work, and a lot of there's definitely 2 or 3 kids that could probably make it, but it's just a huge. It's tough, yeah. It's a huge.
And it's amateur.
It's an amateur
it's
sport.
amateur. You burn your own gas, going up and down, and
you
do it for the love of the game, and actually no better reason for doing it.
And that's what makes Gaelic football. It's a religion in Ireland. It's incredible. It's incredible, and it reminds you of. To me, it reminds me of college basketball. You know how great college basketball, March Madness. Well, then the GA is something similar. It's because everyone's trying their best. They're trying their best. It's not like, you know, I've signed $1 million or $5 million contract. I don't care anymore. You know, you're doing it for the love of your county. You know, and all these kids are doing it for their love of their college and maybe trying to get a contract. And that's what. But the money isn't there yet or whatever, and that's why they try harder. And with the GA, everyone to play for your county, it's just like going to heaven. You know, it's like going to heaven. Wearing your county jersey is just, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's like you go around and you say, this guy, oh, he plays for the county. You know, you're like a god in the county. You know, so.
And what are some of the post-game traditions? I know in rugby you'll go out to the bar and, you know, get some drinks, conversate. Is it like that in Gaelic football?
Well, you know, it depends on if you win or lose. But to be very honest, often back in the day, at least, you would go back home because in Ireland it stays bright till 10:30 at night in the summertime.
Yeah.
And when I was young, you'd finish your game and then you go back home and you'd finish working on the farm for the rest of the night. In the summertime, you know, to find a bit of fine day without rain, you'd save the hay and the bales, and you hurling and Gaelic football and bales. So what I remember,
and then
Tommy.
You go for a few pints at the end of and that's all you talk about is GA. You say hello, how are you, how's the family, how's the weather, and then straight into GA. I remember here in '94. I remember in '94 I was. Dublin were playing Donegal, and Dublin were expected to win it handily, and I was beside a Donegal lad who was a friend of mine. He has a tree business here, and I said, "You know the game?" I said, "We haven't a chance," you know. And then they won, and you know what he did? He went home that night for the celebrations. Wow. He went straight after the game. He booked a flight straight to JFK and over to Donegal for a full week.
Well, yeah, I mean that's awesome.
He was so excited, you know. I've been at Mayo, have been in 13 All Irelands. Well, they've played in 13 All Ireland since 19. They won in 50 and 51. They've been in 13 since, and they've lost all of them. I've been at about 8 or 9 of them.
Okay.
And it is painful. It is painful. It's painful. So
But all of these players play in their communities and sometimes small villages, and it's part of life. And then when you finish playing, your kids play, and you're just part of it through the whole life cycle.
And talking about life cycle and just the continuation of the game, we have our sideline reporter, Pat Billings, with one of the managers sideline.
All right, thank you, Nyla. I'm also here with head coach Patrick. So, Patrick, how do you think this game went?
It was very enjoyable. The boys enjoyed the game, and I hope the crowd enjoyed it as well. And we had a good run out. St. Pat's, it's great to have a team from Ireland coming over to play them, and I know they're only starting off their season, but we're up and running with a couple of months, and it's good, enjoyable. Yep.
So how do you think the competition was to see like Fairfield? I know you guys come from Dingle, Ireland, and this is really one of your biggest sports, but
they did very well. I think they improved as the game went, and they kicked some very good scores there in the second half, particularly towards the end of the game. Our guys ran out of a bit of steam, but I think the St. Pat's Fairfield guys were improving. As I say, they were small, but even talking to their coach afterwards, a small bit rusty at the beginning of the game, but they definitely improved. They got better as the game went on.
And now for just the rest of your weekend, for you guys being here, what are you most excited about?
I think we've had a fantastic time since we came. We had an absolutely brilliant tour of the campus here today around Sacred Heart. We were down in your new ice hockey rink. We saw all the facilities here. We were, the people here couldn't be more generous with their time and helpful to us, so we had a fantastic day. Then we've a bit of socialising to do this evening afterwards, I think, here on campus as well, and later on downtown. But we hope, we've a bit of coaching to do tomorrow down in Fairfield in the morning before we head for New York. So delighted with it so far. We're having a great time.
Coach, thank you so much. It was a great time, and it's an honor talking to you here today.
Great. Thanks, Patrick.
Of course. Nyla, back up to you.
Thank you, Pat. Thank you so much for that insight. As you see, we have some youngins taking the field now and aspiring adult Gaelic football players maybe, and it was such a joy to learn about and watch the game. I'm here with Tommy Moran and Mike O'Connor. They were helping me out on this broadcast. They're, veterans of the game and really providing resources here in the Fairfield area for the St. Patrick's Club. And we're going to toss it right back down to Pat Billings, who has Declan Devane on hand.
Well, I'm here with Jack, actually, from the Fairfield team. So, Jack, you're a Fairfield student. So what was this experience like for you?
It was definitely fun to get out there, play with some actual people from Ireland. Obviously, the sport didn't go our way, but I think just to be out there was a lot of fun and something new.
So for this sport, is this a sport that you played for a long time, or is this something that you just picked up newly?
I've played for a little bit now. I played through high school, but hockey took over. But I took the opportunity to come out again and play, and I had to take it.
Great. So do you think that we could go from here? This is like a great experience, and do you want this to grow?
I think just more people coming out and watching. I think the crowd we had today is great for the sport. More people getting interested and curious about the game.
Again, thank you so much. Thank you for your heart today in this game. Niall, again, back to you.
Thank you all for watching and tuning in onto this live stream. We appreciate it so much. And if you're a Sacred Heart student, make sure to check out the Dingle experience. It's available to all students. My name is Nyla Pendergrass. For Pat Billings, our sideline reporter, and for Tommy Moran and Mike O'Connor, we thank you, and we have a great evening.